week 6, a lot to talk about. Such a short amount of time before we head into week 7. Week 6 is all but a distant memory, at least that's what one team hopes. Hopes to forget. Victory was just out of reach, 112 to 116. First time scoring over 100 points all season. Moves to 0-6. For those that are looking forward to their bye weeks, it's just around the corner, so you're in luck. I kid you not. Winners, got some notable winners of week 6. Bolin, who set out to the Magic Kingdom last week, escapes away with a victory over bye week, 112-116, that being me, moving to 0-6. Bolin moves to a 4-2 record, and he is rolling right along. Gooch lays the smack down 100 points to 71, moves to 3-3, he's back to 500. All you got to do is keep winning. Just like the old famous Al Davis said, just win, baby, and you're in. Can somebody shut the spread eagle? He is soaring right now. Gets a win, 144-88, moves to a 5-1 record, and he was playing Stool. We'll get to that name change, notable name change here in just a moment. Dobnell Boot, he edges out Hail Mary in a shootout, 84-80. And also we had another name change we'll get to later, but Derek Lee takes over with a win, 89-68. He's also 5-1, so he's soaring as well. Looking to make the playoffs, come in, make some noise. We'll see what happens. If you hadn't heard his team name, it's Injury Bug, much like the deflated Volunteers. Volunteers and the Bulldogs, Georgia Bulldogs, both suffered devastating losses. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You lose by 2, you lose by 60. You don't want to lose. Bama fans are really loving it right now. Vols fans are pushing around a wheelchair. And Georgia fans are wishing the game had never been played. Most of them probably predicted it being a bye week. Didn't even stay at home to watch the game and were dismayed when they get home to see the score and lose by 2 points. Notable name changes, that's what we're looking forward to, hearing some of these guys' names in the next coming week. Rice Owls. You're probably wondering what's up with this picture of these lovely Hooters sitting next to me. 0-6, bye week, has changed his name to Rice Owls because they both share that same record in common, 0-6. The Bears. Baylor Bears beat the Rice Owls in a last-minute shootout by 2 points. Rice Owls are still defeated. Very similar situation that I'm in. Thought I had a victory. Scored over 100 points. Got 112. Lose 112 to 116. It's not fun. Another notable team name change, Stool. Stool is a good band. Miss listening to these guys playing on Friday or Saturday nights here in Knoxville at the local bars. Dustin Lee, shout out to you and Blake Dykes. Y'all should get together again and have one more hoorah before too long. I'll be your biggest fan. Can't wait to see it. Injury Bug. Derek Lee changed his name. Injury Bug, that's he suffered a few injuries on his fantasy roster, just like the Tennessee Vols after that Bama game, which we've got another notable name change that just came in. It is Byron Cox's new team name. The new Vols uniforms. Now I'm going to have to move in closer just so I can show you the uniforms they'll be wearing for their next game. Of course, you're not going to see it this upcoming week because both Vols and the Bulldogs have a bye week. But this will not let you down. I would have to say that Georgia should consider wearing these new uniforms as well. Go Vols! So we'll move right along and talk about some of the matchups that are coming up for this up-and-coming week. Going to be some good ones. Where Vols' new uniforms thought he had a bye week, he was sadly mistaken. He's taking on the Rice Owls, who are 0-6. Bolin steps in to take on Spread Eagle. Both teams are doing really well this year. 4-2, 5-1, got some decent records. Looking for their playoffs hopes to continue to soar. They have Spread Eagle and Bolin set with a line at -66 That cannot possibly be right. Someone's going to have to update their roster. Stool versus Hail Mary. They've got a matchup going on. That's Clifton Lowry versus Dustin Lee. Dobnell Boot, Derek Davenport, Derek Lee. A battle of the brothers. I'd like to see who comes out on top on that one. That's Dobnell Boot, Injury Bug, with a new name change. And GATA, Michael Jenkins taking on the Gooch. It's Brian Waller. Jenkins, 2-4, looking for a win. He's missing a few close ones, as well as the Gooch, who's 3-3. Lost a couple of close ones along the way. They're both hoping to get a win here, move on, get closer to 500 for Jinx, or set that record at 4-3 as the Gooch hopes to move on to for week 8, which we'll be looking forward to next week. When we watch some football, and I would say, hey, we'll talk about some college football, but there's nothing to talk about. Both our teams are on a bye week, both coming off bad losses. Georgia desperately needs to get a win against Florida. Halloween weekend. Tennessee plays South Carolina. That should be a win. They do have a lot of injuries that they've got to overcome, get some freshmen in, see what they can do. And we'll look forward to seeing that next week. We don't want to skip this weekend's matchups in ESPN Fantasy Football. And next weekend, I do look forward to it, though, because I will be going to Atlanta to watch the Falcons take on the Green Bay Packers, the Georgia Dome. I'm looking forward to that one. We'll give you some updates after week 8 in my time in Atlanta. So look forward to talking about that in the upcoming weeks. In the meantime, we'll continue to watch some great football matchups over the weekend and see who comes out on top, who comes out on bottom, who we're going to talk about next week. We'll find out. But here's to you, all of you ESPN Fantasy supporters. Rock on. This bud's for you. I'll see you next week. Don't miss it.